Yo, what is guys, your boy Jimmy. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you're not, today we're gonna be covering some IGN drama. IGN is back in the forefront of kind of just cashing all the heat this week because of a recent preview of a new game coming out called Stellar Blade, specifically because of the demo that was dropped earlier this week. So we're gonna talk about that and kind of get into all the juicy details of why they're under heat right now. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for getting me to over 300 subscribers. I really appreciate it. That was a goal that I had last week. I think we started at like 280 something last week, and now we're at 303, I think, as of literally like a few months ago. Minutes ago. I literally was just, like, trying to record this, and then my Twitch alerts were like coming up on screen, and I was like, what? And I was getting another subscriber. So yeah, now we're at 303. So I just want to say thank you so much for getting me there. I really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments if you guys want to see a like 300 subscriber special, like in a stream or something like that. Like, I don't know what I do for a video, but like maybe a stream would be cool. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that. And once again, thank you. And as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, big on the subscribe. And yeah, let's get into the Stellar Blade drama. So if you don't know what Stellar Blade is, right? Stellar Blade is this new game coming out on PS5. I think it's PS5 exclusive. And I'm actually going to show you some gameplay real quick, just so you kind of get an idea what the game looks like. It looks pretty cool, you know, like all in all, like it's pretty cool. This is a gameplay overview. Let me kind of go to some combat real quick, because the combat in the game is really what has people pretty excited about this game. But yeah, it's cool. It's open world, and yeah, this is the main character. She's like a robot, like, or I guess enhanced, like, cybernetic person, whatever. And yeah, the gameplay is what has people pretty excited for it coming out. But basically, controversy has arose around the character specifically, but again, it's not like the game's fault or anything. It's not the developer's fault in this case. It's none of that. It's just IGN and their preview of the demo. It's an article that was posted by IGN France, and that's kind of where all the drama is centered around, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna pull up an article here that kind of breaks down what was said and what the issue is. But basically, in the original article, right, the journalist who was writing it basically was praising the game for the most part through the entire article, but had a big point of contention with the character Eve herself and her design, right? So basically, what was said was by the guy, or I don't know, the journalist. I don't know if it was a guy or girl, but the design of the game in particular, its character highlights an obvious bias, wrote Osala, per an English translation of his piece provided by this article's author. Again, IGN France, so the article was written in French. So everything's been kind of translated, right? We're going to beat up the alien, but if we can do it while pleasuring the eyes of men, that's a bonus. And the result doesn't really work, he continued. It's not new, and other games have made the choice to highlight the assets of their female characters, but where Bayonetta bears an iconic character design, or 2B from Nier Automata inspired an entire generation of cosplayers, Stellar Blade's Eve is just boring. A doll sexualized by someone who has never seen a woman. And that's kind of where all this controversy started, because, you know, we're talking about, you know, a product here. We're supposed to be, you know, as a journalist, I imagine you're supposed to be, or really just as a YouTuber, reviewer, whoever you are, if you're critiquing a product, keep it about the product. Here, you know, the journalist here basically just insulted the game's creator, essentially, or game's creative director or character director, whoever's in charge of, you know, whoever was in charge of creating the character, and of course the game's director, basically just insulted him by, you know, basically making that assumption that he's never seen a woman. And of course the whole community was rallying behind the creator of the game, kind of in support of him, because this was just kind of out of pocket for something that's supposed to be about the game. You know, and it could have just ended here at Eve is just boring because I don't like her character model, or I feel like it's just, you know, basic, whatever you want to say. But then the add-on of a doll sexualized by someone that's never seen a woman is kind of screwed up, right? Like, I wouldn't even say kind of, it's pretty screwed up, right? But the crazy part about this is the game's director is one, married, so he definitely has seen a woman, right? And two, the point of contention was the character's model, right? Who, the funny part about that is based off of entirely, like, is a motion scan of an actual actress that I'm actually gonna pull up here. This is her. Her name is Shinjae Eun. I hope I'm saying that wrong. I'm saying that right. But yeah, she's a Korean model whose body was literally used for Eve and Stellar Blade. So maybe, I don't know if his concern was, how, it wasn't a realistic, well, I guess that was his concern, that it wasn't a realistic, body of a woman, whatever it was, over sexualized. But this is like literally her body. And maybe like you could say, oh, the clothes that Eve was wearing, she's definitely wearing like skin tight clothing, actuated, or that actuates. Is that the word I'm looking for? That actuates the body of this Korean model. But for the most part, this is her body, and the only thing that the game's creators directors changed was the face, which is completely original, unique face in game. But as far as the character, this is her body, right? So yeah, like, and this is a pretty beautiful woman. Like, this is realistic, you feel me? So it's like, not only did you insult the guy for no reason, you find out he's married, and then you're insulting the character and claiming it's over sexualized, but this is legitimately the body of a real woman who's a model. So it's kind of crazy, right? But yeah, outside of that, though, so after all this comes up, the community is rallying behind the creators of the game. They start making amendments to the article, right? And this is, again, this article just showing that, she's a model. This is a real person. This is her body that was, used for the model of Eve. But essentially they start making amendments. So they ended up changing, the first amendment was they ended up changing the quote from a doll sexualized by someone who's never seen a woman to a doll sexualized by someone you would think has never seen a woman. Missing the mark again, instead of just apologizing and say, oh, that might have been a bit too far, wrong. They just straight up, now you would think this was created by someone who's never seen a woman. And it's the most insane, it's the most insane thing ever. Like, come on, just say you were wrong. Like, that was too far. Now it's I'm still gonna keep my point, which, respect for standing on business. I respect anybody that's willing to stand on business. That doesn't mean you're right, but I respect you for standing on business if that's your stance, right? But it got pretty crazy. And then in the article, like, they put like editorial notes. We changed this line because of death threats and this and that. And I'm actually going to show you guys the original article and the state that it's in now. But yeah, after this change, we had more editorial things about the death threats, this and that. And currently, right, if you go to the original article, which is translated, by the way, because this is originally in French. Just want to show you guys. So if there's any mistranslation there, because I'm using Google Translate, just note it if you know how to speak French. But basically, this is the current editorial note, and I actually want to go down before we read that to see the exact. Oh yeah, I think this is the exact portion of the article. So yeah. I just want to read it out so you guys can see the current state of it. Let's see. The design of the game, particularly its characters, highlights an obvious bias. This beginning part is still the same. We're going to smash the alien, but if we can do it while pleasing these gentlemen, that's a bonus. And the result is not really a success. It's not new, and other games have chosen to highlight the strengths of their female characters, but where Bayonetta stands out with an iconic design, and 2B from Nier Automata inspires an entire generation of cosplayers. Eve from Stellar Blade is just bland. And then this is the amendment here. Because originally, which I showed you the original quote, someone, this seems like a character created by someone who's never seen a woman. Now it says a tight jumpsuit featuring absurd proportions, perfect heels for going to war, a ponytail so long they have to put an option to shorten it in the settings, which at that point, genuine critique, right? Nothing works. Fortunately, the animation is there, and Eve moves with a grace and style that catches up with the painting, but Shin Jae-yeon, the Korean model serving as the character's model, is lost under the layers of clumsy plastic modifications that make her unrecognizable both in body and face. So now it's they did a shoddy job at capturing Shin Jae-yeon's actual beauty by putting all this plastic and giving her a basically just trashing the the clothing direction of how Eve was dressed. I don't know, man. And now she's unrecognizable, which they already said. They were like, yeah, we made an original face, but like this is her body, so how is she unrecognizable outside of that? Like this is just out of control. And yeah, this is the editorial amendment that they made. Again, another one, basically saying, you know, recently IGN France produced and published a preview of Stellar Blade containing an offensive passage that should have never been kept. The text has now been edited, and here's our official apology to the Shift of Corporation studio staff. Also, please note that IGN France is an independent branch of IGN, and that IGN's editorial staff had nothing to do with this incident. And that's basically just a call out to, if you go to the IGN YouTube channel, for example, a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, if you guys hate the game so much, why are you still covering content? Because after this article came out, they're still, you know, obviously putting out content, which they were going to do no matter what their opinion was on the game. They were going to, they were still putting out content on Stellar Blade, and in the comments, everyone's like, if you guys hate the game so much, you guys should apologize. This is not. There was all this outrage, but that's a separate branch. Like this is a branch of that IGN, the IGN that we all know from, you know, just the YouTube and their main page and all that stuff. This is an entirely separate branch. So yeah, they had to kind of make sure that was known. But yeah, the original text of the Stellar Blade preview contained comments that were out of place. While it was never our intention to disrespect Shift Up or any of its employees or their work, we recognize that the phrase taken in its literal sense was inappropriate, and we regret it. To anyone at Shift Up Corporation who felt personally targeted and insulted by this passage, we are truly sorry and sincerely apologize. So yeah, by now they've apologized. I think that might have came out that actually came out today. That was the update at 1 o'clock today, at least my time Eastern, on April 3rd. So yeah, this is the most recent, and it looks like hopefully the finale to all this stuff. I also had just this tweet, this Twitter thread from Grums, who was kind of critiquing, you know, the original article here. But yeah, you go down, you know, this is literally the model here. And yeah, this was the part that I felt like was kind of funny that I thought I'd include in the video. This guy here, Dumbledore, he says, but IGN doesn't have a problem selling these. They're absolute hypocrites. And yeah, you see these anime figures that are like $300 that they're selling, but Eve from Stellar Blade is a problem. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. So, you know, I kept that. But yeah, basically, yeah, that was the drama this week with IGN. Yeah, my opinion on it, this was just ridiculous. It was just, there's a level of journalistic integrity that I feel like you have to have, and for you to just kind of ignore all those things, it always rubs me the wrong way, if I'm being real. So it's like, I'm glad they apologized, though. They backtracked. Obviously, the creator, the original journalist, probably wouldn't have apologized if he wasn't basically forced to. I imagine, you know, that editorial note that we saw, you know, that was added today. It looks like it was like, yeah, dude. We need to apologize. Make sure you edit this, rewrite this passage, and we're apologizing, because yeah, it got pretty out of control. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments, and if you enjoy the content, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all your stuff. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, and thank y'all for 300 subs. Let me know if you guys want that 300 subscriber special live stream. I might just do it anyway. Screw it, we're doing it anyway. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.